Hello, welcome.
Episode number. It's been so long.
8. It's 8. What are we talking about?
Today we're talking about cask ownership.
Cask ownership.
This is going to be a new
Yeah, not sciencey at all. Investment. What does it mean? What is cask ownership?
Is it owning a cask? We already did an episode on casks, so
Mhm.
our listeners know everything there is to know about casks, different types of casks, what they're for, and how they're made.
Yeah, all 4 people who watched it.
All 4 of them? Experts.
Yeah, so basically distilleries, I don't know why they do this really, but when they're maturing their whiskies, whatever, maybe they have a target run of bottles, and if they happen to have more left, or maybe they purposely do this, but they sell the casks that they have, some of them, to
brokers.
Firstly, they can sell them direct to independent bottlers. Like in the previous episode, we had an independent bottler that took casks from maybe Ardbeg, and did some stuff to it, maybe matured it or finished it in a different wood or cask or something. Another thing they do is they sell to brokers. Brokers then also sell to independent bottlers, mass, or people.
Collectors or people who want to own casks.
Well, exactly. It is cool. And let's be honest, if you own a cask of whiskey, it's like, I own a cask of whiskey.
You do.
It's kind of like that. It's cool.
So explain for listeners, what does it mean to own a cask that you have? So you have a cask in your living room?
That would be so cool. Put like a glass top.
You have to maintain your living room at a certain temperature.
No, it's not. Well, basically it's an investment. I can talk a little bit coming from the UK about the UK benefits. I'm not sure about other countries. Sorry. But in the UK, if you have an asset and you sell it on, usually it's subject to capital gains tax, which is the government, HMRC as it's called, the tax office in the UK. Wonderful people. They say, oh, you bought something with your money and you sold it and made a profit. Give us some of that. Yeah, assholes. Yeah, let's be honest about it.
That's why we own.
That's one of the reasons not to own anything. But capital gains tax is not applicable to wasting assets. And by definition, that means a tangible asset, so something that you can actually touch, it exists, that also depreciates. And as we know, whiskey, when it's maturing, there is something called the angel share. What is the angel share? Because I know you know.
Well, it's the part of evaporates. But how much? It's not insignificant.
2% of the liquid every year evaporates. And it's kind of given to the angels. That's what they say. It's the angel share. And because it's kind of, you mature a whiskey for like, I don't know, 15, 21 years, as you say, a significant portion is going to just disappear. And because of that, your asset has depreciated. It's not the volume.
It's not what you bought, but it's your volume, and yet
you have a tangible volume and you've got less. So they can't tax you on it. So when you sell it on, that's the first point. It's good. So you have a higher return. The second thing is India. Volume by number of people are the largest Scotch whiskey drinkers in the world. And the UK has signed now a tax agreement with India for exports to India. There's a tax relief on Scotch whiskey exports to India, which means, again, if you own a large amount of whiskey, like a cask or multiple casks, there's a good market for people who want to buy that in the future. What else? Portfolio diversity. It's kind of cool because if you have some money in stocks or crypto or Rolls Royce somewhere, you can also put some money in whiskey. So it's a luxury good asset, but again, not like the others. You're not going to be subject to capital gains tax when you sell it on.
It's the asset that appreciates over time in value. Like should, if kept under the conditions, taken care of properly.
Yeah, typically the good thing about it is that because it's not subject to capital gains tax. It's depreciating. It's not subject to the market fluctuations and the financial instability of a lot of markets. So the general rule is 8 to 12% increase in value each year.
I think here's the paradox. Like you said, it's great because we don't pay taxes in the UK because it's a asset that depreciates. But at the same time, I'm saying it appreciates because it gains value over.
And why does it do that?
Those both.
Because we know that as you mature whiskey, as we talked about cask types, there's a greater influence of the wood or the type of wood on the whiskey. So the longer you keep it, the longer you mature it, it's going to be a better product. But also, because it's a better product, it's going to have a higher value. Meanwhile, there's no tax to pay when you sell it on. And would you want to sell it on? This is the point. This is the thing. They don't actually give you the cask to put in your living room, unfortunately. But typically, you would keep it in what's called a bonded warehouse. And a bonded warehouse, depending on the broker that you go with, typically the casks arrive in that warehouse. They sell it, the broker will sell it to you, and the cask actually just stays in the same place. But the most important thing, and I'm going to have to check my notes on this, is what's called a delivery order. Some brokers, they'll give you a certificate of ownership, which sounds cool. But because the cask actually is in a bonded warehouse, a third party, let's say, that warehouse may have another certificate that says actually it's owned by the broker. So you need a delivery order from the bonded warehouse that states specifically that you are the owner. No matter what happens to that broker, if they go out of business, if they whatever, end up like a Del Boyle, that whiskey is yours. That cask is yours. So the delivery order is super, super important. Another thing?
Insurance.
Insurance, yeah. The broker should give you 3 years insurance.
They give you 3 years, they give you also beyond that the option to keep maintaining. You pay for it, but it is insured.
Yeah, typically when you buy the cask, the broker will say, okay, you've got to keep it in the warehouse for, say, 3 years. We bundle 3 years insurance with it. And then it depends on you, how long you want to keep it there, how long do you want to mature the whiskey for. Then typically you will have to pay something like £100 every year additionally for insurance. But I think how can I say, it's a really cool thing, but you have to do your homework at the broker. It has to be a broker that you trust. And as you've found out in your own research, it has to be a broker that's not pushing. I mean, like, what's your experience with the brokers that you've been dealing with?
My experience has been very good. It's been a feeling of, what you said, they're absolutely trying to get me to buy a cask no matter what. They're taking the time to speak with me, to explain to me what cask they have, how it works, how it's going to work 15, 20 years from now if I decide to keep one that high, and who my potential buyers will be. So really focusing on educating me rather than pushing me towards the purchase. That's my experience with it as well.
Yeah, and it's really good. They send you like updates. So we've had a tanker of blah, blah, blah whiskey from blah, blah, blah distillery.
Then we have 4, 5, 6 casks available. We specify which type of cask it is.
Yeah,
the year of the fill, the year of the month it was filled. Yeah, it's you can tell. You can always ask for more information if you want for the history of the provenance of a cask. And one cool thing that I don't think you mentioned is that so once you have that delivery order that's really yours, then you can go to the house and ask, for a sample. It's yours. So
you can visit your cask. And there's even a tasting room.
That's
I don't think all bonded warehouses do this, but this particular one that I've been using does, and we have to plan this trip. So you can actually try a whiskey from the cask.
I'm talking out of my ass here. Can you ask him also to refill into a different cask? They say, I want to transfer the contents of my cask and buy another one, buy another cask with an empty one.
I don't know. I know it's really truly a very professional warehouse for storing whiskey. Whether they do like actual,
I think
transfers,
some do. If you request it, maybe there's an extra fee for a month or so. Someone has to do the work. But I think some will offer it also can be limited. You can only do once every X many years. So they don't only be transferring back and forth all the time. I believe so.
Yeah, this is the important point is finding a broker that's not going to push you. It's going to give you all the information you want. Delivery, order, super important. Don't agree to anything unless they're going to explicitly give you that delivery order. So you have a separate agreement with the bonded warehouse. And I'll actually say the broker that I went with, because I think the 4 people watching, if they're considering it themselves, they'd want to know. And it's a company called Spiritfield. And John at Spiritfield, thank you very much. I appreciate your calls. But yeah, very, very professional, very, very calm.
Yeah.
And the bonded warehouse was Bracelet Bonds.
It's in
It's in Fife,
yeah.
which is conveniently
For golf.
positioned for golf and whiskey. Golf. Golficity, shout out. Thank you. Love it. Yeah, so that's what I have to say about that. That's from the movie. What was that? Is it Forrest Gump? That's all I have to say about that.
I think it is.
I don't have a
the accent.
But yeah, it's very cool. It's a good investment opportunity, especially right now if you're in the UK. Good rate of returns. It's not super. It's not winning the lottery, but 8 to 10% with no tax.
And I think at least 3 are full listeners will want to know. I mean, I would want to know. Yes, I just discovered, heard about Whisky Cask for the first time. How much does it cost? Like typically, you can give a price range.
Yeah.
I think we'll make something that's just been filled.
If you get like a new make from let's say a new distillery, there are a lot out there, as we spoke about in previous episodes.
And talk about a basic refill. Expert.
I think kind of the starting price tends to be around just under £2,000.
Yeah, say around £2,000.
But then, I mean, you can actually also buy a cask that has already been maturing for 5 years or 7 years, and then it can be like 10,000 or 12,000 if you get like a super one from a distillery that's well known.
Or if you get a different type of Hogshead and share.
Yeah,
it's going to make it
and that's actually really important, because one of the casks that I bought as an investment, I really wanted the Oloroso sherry finish, and I hesitated. And when it came to it, that specific one wasn't available from the new make whiskey of the distillery that I wanted. So again, the cask type is crucially important. Do your research, find out which distillery, which whiskies they have, which cask types you want. But yeah,
and in the end, when the time comes to do something with your investment, either sell it or maybe you want to keep it to yourself. If you decide to keep it to yourself, you can bottle it. Then you'll have that.
You would have to then transfer it and go to a bottler that would do it for you. So typically, you might get 300 or 200 bottles out of a cask. Depends on the cask type. Watch episode 2. But I think after 15 years of maturation, the bonded warehouse will tell you, no, you have to test the whiskey now for alcohol, for ABV. Because as we know, if it drops below 40, it's no longer Scotch. And if it's starting to get to 46 in that cask, you may have had a plan to mature it for 25 years, and actually, 15, maybe 18, 19 is going to be a kind of a cutoff point. So every year after 15 years, they'll probably test it, which is also a nice excuse to go visit your cask every year. But if you take a new make whiskey that hasn't had any maturation, and you're looking for a long-term investment, so it's a lower price to buy, but you're patient, you can wait 20 years and sell it as a 20-money-old. But if you want a quicker return, then you can spend a bit more money, buy a 7-year-old and mature it for another 5 years to make a 12-year-old.
Depends what you're looking for.
Depends the length of investment you want to play with, short-term, medium-term, long-term. It's a cool topic. And then what do you do after it, as you said? How would you sell it?
Again, we'll help out, right? The good brokers, like
Like Spirit-filled, essentially, they're really good. They'll actually help. They're actually bought it themselves. They've got their own brand, so they could buy it off you for their own brand, or they'll sell it to another independent bottler, or they may even sell it to a collector who wants just to keep that cask for himself, not herself, not themselves.
Their brand ambassador is none other than Phil Russell. Shout out to Phil Russell. We know you're listening.
He's one of the 4 listeners. But yeah, so very, very diverse opportunities for investment, for learning a bit, for kind of playing around. Lots of options. Very cool.
So that's that about cask ownership.
I said that's all I had to say, and then I said more. Sorry.
Because I want to get to my news.
What's the news? The news.
It's kind of linked, actually. So I think it's going to blend very well with what we just said. I wanted to talk about a new distillery I heard about, or read about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the Hebrides island of the western coast of Scotland. Many of the islands we talked about on regions episode, Skye and Joe, but it's a bit further out. It's on an island called, I think it's called Benbecula. That's how I would pronounce it.
Okay.
B-E-C-U-L-A. So very remote, wild island out there in the Hebrides. New distillery that just started distilling, and they have a very cool program site. Let's see if there's anything to know about it. I'm not paid by them to promote them. I just found it was really cool. They actually have a cask, so you can already reserve a cask of the very first cask of how to produce, and it's available for purchase
Directly?
Directly off of their website. You can request one. They have another program, which is the membership you can sign up for and pay. I think it's in euro of £260 or something. But as a perk or benefit of being a member, you get sent, I'm trying to remember now, but bottles every year. They sent a bottle, or up to 4 bottles, I think it is.
That's
Anyway, it's on the website. But it's super cool, I think, because it's a new distillery. It's in a remote location, which always is very attractive to me. Like if it's a remote place in the middle of nowhere,
banded by the ocean,
swells,
windy.
So this is I think the distillery is built on the site that had a nice lighthouse. So cool. There is a lighthouse. So that was my piece of news. Benbecula.
That's a really good idea. The membership thing is very cool.
I need to look it up again for all the details.
Because probably the price of that whiskey when it comes out more than make that is, to have 4 bottles.
And it's attracted to adventure that you don't know if you're terrible, probably not.
Yeah, as we said, like we talked about attractiveness and of new whiskey or whatever. Yeah, I mean, having 4 bottles.
I think I've read also
price.
It's a father and son project, and they brought in a master distiller who worked in big distilleries, well-known distilleries throughout Scotland before, and is joining that new distillery now. So should be good. Forward to trying.
Are you gonna find membership
for that price? I think it's worth it. Yeah.
I think you're right. Having the bottles, so it's 1 a year.
Yeah, I did too. I don't ask you for.
No, but it's good. They don't send you 4 bottles and you can.
Yeah, it's 3 or 4, and it's spaced out.
So that's kind of for a decent price now. Then, like once a year, you get like, oh, I forgot about that. A decent bottle. But it's
different. I think it's going to it's a cask and have matured. We'll try with the whiskey infusion.
Good news.
Yeah, so very interesting.
What? And we have to taste it. Where is my bottle?
You promised me something exciting.
I would say it's wild. Let's see.
Is it exotic? Is it from a location that would?
I'm going to say it's exotic in terms of whiskey. You wouldn't say the place is exotic. Not to say it's not beautiful, just not exotic. So recently, after a work trip into the region of Bavaria, Germany, we've got a German single malt whiskey. I don't know how you pronounce it, so help me out here, guys. Fleurs?
In Germany, the Y is.
So this is a single malt whiskey, but this is the 51. It's called 51% volume, and I haven't tried it yet. So now I did make some notes because the back is all in German, and I don't speak German. So let me find my notes. It's basically it started in 1999, and using select Bavarian barley, which we know all about from episodes
But also
1 and 5, and using pure Alps spring water. Okay, sounds good, right? Robust, complex character. It's the big brother of the single malt. So this is the 51%. So there's the standard one.
Yeah.
And I have to say, they've got a lot in their range. And there's some really cool packaging like smoke and whatever. But I wanted to try.
You found this at the airport?
It was actually at the airport. Yeah, it was in the airport. There's an interplay. This is what's confusing on the translation here, because it does say single malt whiskey, right? But there's an interplay of different whiskey varieties, creating a very special blend.
So,
do you speak German?
I had many years in German school, so maybe I didn't.
Okay.
No promises.
Maybe like the last sentence.
Durch das Zusammenspiel verschiedener Whisky-Varianten, abbreviations means different whisky variants of different species.
So I don't know how it's going to taste. I haven't tasted it yet. So
sehr spezielle Mischung, very special.
But as you can see, single malt. Now I will say, sometimes when you open tea, it's sometimes a bit difficult to actually get the material, the presentation. Typically German, it's really well, really well packaged. I like the design. I like the branding. I like the presentation with like this wood. And the color, I don't know German. I don't know if it doesn't say anything. They could say like choose to the natural coloring. I don't think it actually says anything. So let's try our first Bavarian. No, let's talk about color. What do you think?
I think it's definitely united and where it looks like a bottle.
Yeah. Definitely.
But it's much darker than the recent whiskey, but it's a very nice compliment.
I would say it's very appealing color to what you would think of a whiskey.
Yeah.
When you're a kid and you think of whiskey, it's that kind of color.
Not much on the nose. It's very sweet. No, sweet.
It's bugger all. No, it's incredible. I mean, there's this faint kind of aroma of whiskey. I got a funny feeling when I put this in my mouth, it's going to slap me. It's cool. Oh, hello.
Can you have something?
There was something at the end.
Something. Yeah. Like a flash.
Flash of caramel?
Yeah. Yes. Very much caramel. It's also
it's smooth.
It's smooth, but it's not very thick. It's very watery. It's very thin, I would say.
I think it's like a light, smooth, velvety whiskey, which is very, very easy and pleasant to drink. And then it kind of nowhere this slap of caramel comes. I knew there would be a slap.
Not that.
Not what I was thinking it was going to be at all. It's easy.
Yeah. So, not complex. I wouldn't qualify it as complex. Complex in my very beginnings.
I mean, tell me if that tastes like 51%.
No. I mean, is it a big difference between 45 and 51?
You're at the top end. I think they've done a great job of making a really nice flavor that is very accessible. All that 51%.
It's just aromas.
There's no aromas. Don't know if that's by design or not. But yeah, it does taste like a blend because it's so smooth. It's so like a Japanese blend.
The blend that we talked about in casks. We did mention it, but single malt with different casks. So it's not single cask, so blend of different casks from the same.
No. Yes, but like an actual true blend, like a Japanese blend, like Hibiki, it's very smooth. It's kind of like that. Yeah. But actually, I don't know what they're going for, but I would say as an accessible whiskey, it's very pure, very smooth. accessible and with that slap of caramel that comes.
Which is not so German, Bavarian barley and the Alps. I think they're trying to create something unique to the region. But it's not that you're drinking that part of the world. You get caramel, which if it's just that, I think it's a bit light. Which more than that, but doesn't mean it's not pleasant.
No, I think it's really.
Drinks these beer, you said.
I think I get the purity of that, like Alps spring water, that comes through in how smooth it is, how light it is. But yeah, I'm not sure that caramel hit, but yeah, accessible. Definitely something adventurous and something to try.
Don't you feel great? So, well, I first German.
Mine too.
Better than hitting myself.
What are we talking about next week?
Next week, we're talking about distillery equipment.
Distillery equipment.
Yeah.
Now you said it, we have to do it. Yeah. Distillery equipment. So what's in there? What?
The copper stills and shapes, and why certain shapes are used or why certain materials are used. Maybe also talk about different, compare, typical whiskey distilleries with other distilleries that use different equipment and why there's a difference.
So why shapes and sizes are different, and some better than others. And on that note, again, questions, comments, complaints.
Don't hesitate.
Let us know. Please engage. And like, bell, heart, subscribe, please, to the channel so you get the notifications.
That's it.
That's it. That's all I have to say about that.
Good first.
Cheers.
Bye.